In this Concur tutorial, you will learn the initial login and preference setup. Log on to Concur at www.concursolutions.com, and this is a screen that will come up every time you log into Concur. When you first log in, your password will be welcome, all lowercase, and your username is going to be your email address. You need to set up your personal information right away, first thing. If you hover over the Profile tab and click Personal Information, this is where you can also adjust your password, other settings, and get a link for the mobile application. The very first thing you want to do is set up your bank information. In order to be reimbursed for out-of-pocket, your bank information will need to be in Concur. So you will follow these steps to enter your banking information. You'll also need to enter all your personal information, and one of the most important things is confirming that your name in Concur matches the name that is on your driver's license or passport or whatever ID you use to travel. This is needed for FAA purposes because your ID needs to match your ticket. All required fields are notated by required in red. You'll need to provide either a work or home phone number and gender and date of birth. There's also optional fields, and they may include travel preferences, email verification, which is recommended, home, work address, and emergency contact information, assistance and travel arrangers, TSA, secure flight information. And be sure to click Save anytime you change or add any information. System settings, this is where you can control your email notifications, so you need to check or uncheck any desired preferences and then click Save. This will be found also if you hover over the profile, you'll see an option for system settings, so you can choose which email notifications you would like to receive. In this tutorial, you will learn how to navigate through the home page. When you log into Concur, this is what you're going to basically see. This is the My Concur home page. You're going to have company information, which might be some notification that the company might have in there, just for everybody's, to see. Any expense reports that you have, those will be listed in a queue. If you're an approver, you will have an approval queue, which will show anything that needs to be approved or is approved. And if you have a company credit card, you will have your available card charges, those that need to be expensed.
In this tutorial, you will learn how to create an expense report with an out-of-pocket expense. The first thing you're going to want to do is click on the Expense tab from the My Concur homepage. Next, select Create New Report. Then fill in any relevant information regarding your new expense report. Any required field will have a red tab on the left-hand side. The comment field isn't required, however, we are encouraging that you insert a comment for each of your expense reports. Then click Next. This is the screen that you will see after you click Next. In this example, we are going to choose a lunch that we're going to create an expense report for. For meals, you have the option to include attendees if you paid for more than just yourself. If you click on New Attendee and then fill in all applicable fields, it will allocate your total amount between how many people are at the lunch. Again, fill in any relevant information and required fields with a red tab. You're also able to allocate to different cost centers in different departments in Concur. The cost centers that you're able to allocate to are all of our plants, and the departments are corporate, operations, sales, mergers and acquisitions. This is so if you were doing work for corporate, but also doing work for example, sales, you were able to allocate your dollar amounts to both corporate, and sales. You're able to allocate by percentage or dollar amount, and you can edit each of those amounts. Once all of your expenses have been added to your expense report, you may submit your report. Notice the amount due employee to the right. This is the amount that you will receive via direct deposit. Note that any expenses less than $5 do not require a receipt to be attached. To see how to attach a receipt, please view the Attach Receipt tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn how to expense company American Express charges. The first thing you're going to want to do is create a new expense report. If the screen does not automatically pull up your credit card charges, click on the Import button. This will pull up all available credit card charges that you can expense. You're going to want to check the boxes to select the charges you would like to add to your expense report, and then click Import again. You may also click and drag these charges directly into the expense box on the left. Proceed filling out any necessary information as you would with any other expense report. You'll notice credit card charges, most fields are automatically filled in. However, you will still need to edit certain selections. Any field with a red line is required, but we also ask that you please insert a comment in the comment field. According to IRS guidelines, you must require a legitimate business purpose for all expenses. Once you are finished with your report, click Submit, then two windows will pop up. The first below is the final review agreement. Once you click Accept and Submit, you will pull up a report overview. Note that there is no charge due to the employee because this is a credit card charge. Also note that this expense is paid by the company. In this tutorial, you will learn how to expense a hotel charge. Creating a hotel expense is just like any other expense. Instead of saving immediately, you must itemize. Here's where you will enter in your check-in date, the number of nights, your room rate, your room tax, or any additional nightly charges. Once you itemize all of your room expenses, click Save Itemizations. Be sure that the amount and the requested dollar amounts are equal. If they're not, you may be missing an itemization, or you may have an error in your existing itemizations. Here we see that we were missing a laundry and a lunch itemization. Once we add those in, we can see that the amount and the requested match. To see how to attach a receipt, please review the Attach Receipt tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn how to attach a receipt to an individual expense. There are three ways to attach a receipt to an expense. The first way is to scan a receipt to your computer and upload directly into an expense. The second way is to upload a receipt to your receipt store and then attach to an expense. The third way is to send a receipt to your receipt store via the Concur app or by email to receipts@concur.com. You must activate e-receipt and you must verify your email address, and this can be done in the My Profile tab on your Concur homepage. The first way, upload from your computer. If you click Attach Receipt on an individual line item, this window will pop up, Attach Receipt. You can browse, find the file on your computer, and hit Attach. The second way would be to upload a receipt directly into the receipt store, where it would appear on the screen on your right. Once it appears there, you may either click and drag the receipt into your expense report, or you can click on the green circle with an arrow and import directly that way. Once the receipt is properly attached, you'll notice the gray icon has changed to a green icon. This informs you that you have successfully attached your receipt. In this tutorial, you will learn how to use the Concur mobile app. The Concur mobile app is available for any Android, Windows, or iPhone. From the front page of the Concur app, you will see 4 boxes on the bottom. You can book travel, attach receipts, create expense reports, or create car mileage. First, we will show you how to create an expense report on the go. You'll click on the Expense button, and the window to the right will pop up. Here you're able to create your expense report or add a receipt. You're also able to attach a receipt directly to an expense report or send it to your receipt store. By clicking on Receipt, the following window will pop up, where you are able to take a photo of the receipt in front of you. Once you snap a picture of your receipt, the last window will pop up, where you can send the expense directly to your expense report by clicking Expense, or if you click Done, it will automatically send it to your receipt store. The system is live time, so as soon as you click Done, it will show up in your receipt store. This way, you can attach any receipts that you're working on your computer.
Frequently asked questions. How will I get reimbursed for my out-of-pocket expenses? You'll be reimbursed through direct deposit, so this is why it is important that you enter your banking information in before you are able to submit any expense reports. When will I get reimbursed for my out-of-pocket expenses? You should expect any reimbursement to be deposited into your bank account the Wednesday after your expense report has been approved by accounting. I used my credit card, but I am not seeing the expense in my credit card queue. Should I manually create an expense? No. Manually creating an expense automatically classifies the expense as out-of-pocket, which means you will get reimbursed for something that was paid by the company. Please wait a few days for the expense to show up in your charge queue. Concur says that I went over my meal allowance. What does that mean? Company policy is as per below. Breakfast allowance is $10, lunch allowance $15, and dinner allowance is $25. If for some reason you go over the company policy allowances, you'll need to provide an explanation as to why you went over. How does Concur work? Create and submit an expense report. It goes to your manager for approval. Manager approves or sends back report for corrections. Wednesday nights, all approved reports are processed by accounting. Credit card charges are paid through Concur when reports are approved. Any out-of-pocket expenses are reimbursed the following Wednesday. What if I don't have a computer? There is a kiosk set up in all of our facilities that will be available for you to create expense reports and scan in your receipts if necessary. Contact your plant admin for assistance. When should I have my expenses submitted by? Your expenses for the prior month need to be submitted by the 10th of the month. However, you should be submitting expense report on a weekly basis. Submitting AMEX charges through Concur is like paying the bill. If your expenses are not submitted in a timely manner, your account could become delinquent and your card will be shut off.